Hi guys, we are back with tutorial 6 and today we'll be learning a very important feature of C programming, that is a switch case. Now a switch case works in much the similar way as a for loop or if else or the while loop or the do while loop, except the fact that a switch case has far more versatility and far more options and choices that you can make which you can't with a loop. So we'll just open up paint and get it through to what actually a switch case is and what it's used for doing and how it actually works. Now basically I'll just finish drawing this things, first. Shouldn't be there, should be over here, 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 and perhaps one more here. Alright, and I just need to get that a little bit down, perhaps right over here, and I'll get a diagram over here. Okay. Alright, now basically what a switch case is actually a feature where you can where the user can choose as many options as he wants to, and obviously the programmer has to give that many options. Now for example, if we have a statement here and a statement along with choices okay, and those choices will be stored in a variable, say I or whatever variable you feel like, and that I will be switched, it will be passed through a switch case, and that switch case will be that's a switch case, and that I will basically be switched. And what it will be doing is that it will have several choices. It can go up to here, it can go up to this, it can go up to this, or it can go up to a default choice, that is if the user makes an error in choosing the probable options. So here we have a statement, and a statement can be as for a calculator, you would want the user to choose from either addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, or your experienced programmer would choose from simple interest to compound interest to calculating the taxes to seeing whether you're eligible for voting or not, and you will have different options as you go along. But as for a calculator, simple calculator will have the four options, which will be an addition, subtraction, a division, and obviously a product or a multiplication. And as I said, you will have a default choice, that is if the user makes an error in choosing anything out of these four, it will the switch will go up to here. That is a default case saying the user that you have made an invalid choice. So basically that's what a switch case is. It has a statement which says that please choose 1 for addition, or 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication or division, and then or you can even use A, please choose A for addition, S for subtraction, D for division, M for multiplication, or P for product. And if he chooses anything out of those four, you can always go to a default choice which says that please check what you have entered, it's an invalid choice, something like that. It's completely up to you. So that choice will be stored in a variable I, and that I will be switched in this switch case, and according to that switch it will go up to either addition or subtraction or the division part or the multiplication, and if there is an error it will go up to the default part. Now let's just see the syntax of writing a switch case. For example, let's just say we just want to learn first what the switch case is. So first we'll just make, say and in fact whatever the user enters other than numbers has to go in a character variable, okay. And when you are taking a character, when you're taking a number, even if you're taking a number in with which you have to work with, For example, all the earlier programs we have seen, the addition and the subtraction and the multiplications, and whatever the user had entered, we didn't really have to work with it. In fact, in an addition program, you just take two numbers from the user and those two numbers are added by the editor. That editor doesn't have to actually take that user entered input and make it go through a process, make it go through an independent code of block of code, you know. So when you want the user inputted, whatever the user inputs, you want that to be passed through a process, a block of code. You need to take that in a character variable. And if you still can't remember that, you need to remember that whatever in a switch case, whatever character the user inputs, it is a character, it's not an integer. Even if it's 1 2 3 4, you need to take that in a character variable. So for a switch case, it is mandatory to take the user input in a character variable. So we'll take car and then an I. So that's where the user input will be stored as. Alright, and now let's just say the user to enter any number from 1 to 3, just for the fact that it's a, you know, it's an example. Alright, so and we'll scan that in in a character. So, and since it's a character, we'll have a %C and we'll have ampersand I. We need to store that in the address of I. Alright, so and we'll give a \n over here. Alright, so we've taken the user input and we've stored it in a character variable I, and now we need to switch that. Alright, so SWI TCH, we need to switch I. So we'll switch, and then within the first bracket we'll write I, because we're actually trying to switch I. No semicolons, we'll give a curly braces, and then we'll have cases. What is a case? These are the cases. This is case 1 when it is in addition. This is case 2 when it is subtraction. This is case 3 when it is division. This is case 4 when it's multiplication. And this is a default case where there is no such thing as a choice. It's just the default value which is shown. I missed the L there. Default value is shown. Alright, so we'll have cases, and the cases should match what the user enters. So if you have written A for addition, you need to write case A. It's not case 1, okay? So but since here the user enters any number from 1 to 3, the case would be 1, 2 and 3, and of course a default. Now whatever the case is, you need to put that inside a single inverted comma. Alright, not a double one just like we have here, a single inverted comma. Now in case 1 we have another block of code. Alright, this can be anything like from a printf to a scanf. I'll show you in the next program, which is a calculator, and you're gonna have printf as hello for case 1. Alright, and we have a \n, and we have the first bracket closed, another line. And for a case, whenever you are initializing a case, you need to give a break. What is a break? A break is for since for example in the calculator program, if the user wants to do an addition, so it has entered, the user has entered a choice, say A. So just change the brush, and the user has entered an A, and you're switching I, so it's an A. I is a A, so it would go up to here and to perform the addition. But after the addition is complete, you want the program control to exit out from this switch case loop, and it would in fact go to the end of the program. So that's what you want the program control to do. So you need to write a break statement so that every time a choice is selected, be it a default one or any one of these four, after executing that block of statement in that switch, in that case rather, it would come up and it would end and it would go out to the end of the program. So that is why a break is written. If you do not give a break, it will continue inside this loop. So a break is given just to end the loop of the switch case, and it would come out from the loop. Now we'll have another case, which is case 2. If the user enters a number, which is 2. We'll have printf, say, what's up, what's up, pal. And we'll obviously have it in with a new line, and then we'll give a break just to take the program control out of the loop. And then we'll have the last case, which is case 3, and here we'll have printf bye. Alright, so that's the 3 cases, and now we'll have a break over here as well. And now we'll have the default statement, and in the default we don't write any cases. We don't write anything inside the first the inverted comma, because it's the default statement. And in the default statement you can write anything you wish, which you want the user to read whenever he makes a choice which is other than other than the things you want him to choose. So printf, let's just say invalid choice. And this this default statement also has a break. And after that is done, we need to close the loop. That is, we need to give the curly braces to make the program understand that the switch case is over. And then after exiting from the loop, we need to just give a thank you statement. And this is not mandatory, it's just because I want to show you that with that break statement the program control actually goes out of the loop. Alright, get ch. Alright, that's it. So what basically we're doing in a switch case is that we are inputting a character. We're actually taking a variable I in the, it's a character type variable, and we're taking a character type variable because this is a switch case, and in a switch case you always want the user input to be in a character variable. That's just needed to be impressioned on your brain, that whenever it's a switch case the user input must be taken in a character variable. Now we're printing a statement, enter any number from 1 to 3. So basically the user has 3 choices. He can enter either 1, 2 or 3, and we are scanning that input in a character variable, and that is I, as we have declared over here. And we are switching I because I is where the user has inputted his choice. So we're switching I, and the cases that might happen are 1, 2 and 3. So in case 1 we have printed something, say hello, and we are given a break so that after printing hello the program control comes out of the loop and prints thank you and waits for the user to give a character so that the console screen can be closed. And in case 2, what's up, and in case 3, bye. And in a default, that if the user inputs anything other than 1, 2 or 3, it will show up invalid choice, break, and then go to thank you. It will print thank you and then wait for the user to input anything so that the console screen can close. Alright, now let's just run that, and let's just see what happens. So we have a success over here, and we just run that. Alright, now enter any number from 1, 2 and 3. It's the program control is over here, so we're going to input any number. Let's just say we input 1, and when we press this 1 is now taken by the control in the scan in the character variable I. It scanned this 1, and now it will switch this 1 and match that 1 with any one of the cases we have given. If it matches, it will print out whatever is written in that case. If it doesn't, it will print out a default. Alright, so 1, and it would say hello because case 1 matches with hello, and it will come up and it will break that loop and come out and say thank you just to come up about here. And now it's waiting for me to press anything so that it can close. Now suppose, let's just say we entered anything other than 1, 2 or 3. Let's just say we entered 5, so it would show a default value, a default. Since 5 doesn't match with 1, 2 or 3, any of the 3 cases we have given, it would show us a default statement which we have written, that's invalid choice, and then it would print thank you. So there you have it, invalid choice and thank you. So that is basically a switch statement, switch case, where you have multiple possibilities. You have different switches, different cases rather. You can have as many cases as you want, and along with that you have a default choice, and it's useful for making calculators and different programs where you want the user to choose from a variety of options, and from those options the user chooses, and you make and the program runs according to what the user chooses. Now I'll just show you what the calculator is all about. We'll just open this, since the calculator is a long program. I've written it earlier, and I'll just show it to you. Alright, now this is what the calculator is. Before running you through to the program, I'll just run this just to make you sure that this is how it works. Alright, now Avast will be analyzing it for some seconds. It typically takes about 15 seconds. Ain't it over? 15 seconds. Alright, there you have it. Avast deep screen is finished analyzing the file. Of course, this is safe. And now, welcome to the calculator. God. Alright, where is it? Welcome to the calculator, and now here we have 4 choices. We can have 1 for sum, 2 for subtraction, 3 for product, and 4 for division. So let's just say we want to find the product, so we press 3, and then it asks us to enter 2 numbers. Let's just say I want a multiplication of 5 and say 5 9 59. So 5 and 59, so it would give us 295. So the product is 295, and it says thank you. So that's how you do the calculator. Now let's just run it through to this program. First we have six integer type variables. We have a and b for storing the 2 inputs of the user, be it a subtraction or a sum or a product or a division. We have 2 inputs: the sum for a summation, mult for product or multiplication, div for division, and sub for subtraction. Now car choice, this is where the user will enter his choice, and as I said, in a switch case you need to have the user input in a character variable. So we have a choice as a character variable. Now we're going to printf welcome to the calculator. We have another \n and 4 \t's just to make it look good. Press 1 for sum, press 2 for subtraction, 3 for product, 4 for division, and then we have scanned that into the character variable choice. Now we are switching choice because that is where the user has inputted his value. Now we have case 1 where it's addition, so it will have sum, and in case 2 we have subtraction. And in subtraction, since the user might enter a value, let's just say he wants to subtract 57 and 50, so it would be 7. But if he enters 50 first and 57 later, the error would arise because it would be a negative. I haven't tried that before. Let's just try it now. Let's just say 2 subtraction, greater number and smaller number respectively. Let's just say I made a mistake and I've written 50 and 57 later. So what would happen? That subtraction would be -7, which is good. Now let's just say we want a division. Let's just go for division. So enter dividend and divisor. So let's just say dividend would be 20 and divisor would be 4. So the answer would be 5. But let's just say I've made a mistake and entered 4 and 20. The division is 0. So there you have it. In the subtraction it would work. So in the subtraction we do not need to enter greater number and smaller number. We just need to have enter 2 numbers. So that is a thing I didn't know about. Enter 2 numbers. But in the division you need to have the dividend first. That is the thing you're dividing, you need to have that first, and the divisor, the number that you're dividing it with, that you need to have second. And now let's just run that. Let's just say we want to find the division of the dividend should be 20 and the divisor is say 4. So we should have an answer of 5, and then we have a thank you. So that's how you have a calculator, and you can add lots of things over here, like you can calculate the simple interest, you can calculate whether a person is eligible to vote or not, if he's a minor or not, whether a number is positive or negative. You can have lots of choices over here, and you can have lots of cases as well, and you can have a default. A default is given just to make sure that whatever the user enters, there is a value to be shown, there's a statement to be shown, and then a break, and then printf thank you, and get ch as usual. So that's how you make a calculator, and that's the whole idea of a switch case. It's just have a lot of versatility, and you can have all these different switches, the different cases, and the user chooses which case he wants to go, and accordingly the block of code will be executed, and a break statement just to take the program controller out of the switch case loop, and finally to go to the end portion. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed switch case, and the next tutorial will be about arrays. Now arrays are very important and one of the most fundamental things you need to learn to be a good programmer, even if you're a basic programmer just looking to have some fun. So thank you for watching, and happy programming, and bye bye. Thank you.